A new study revealed women who drink 8 or more drinks per week, we're talking about alcohol.
This is interesting, right? Yeah.
Are up 51% more likely to develop coronary heart disease than those who drink less.
Yeah, I just don't think that people think it's that serious. Yeah. This morning on KPRC 2 Plus Now at 7, I spoke with Dr. Stephanie Coulter, a cardiologist at the Texas Heart Institute, about this. What should people know about this study? What do you think of it?
I think it's groundbreaking, and the reason it's big is that it flies in the face of what the literature and what the media and what we all think is that that drinking is protective in some manner. Yeah. And that it's good for you, especially if you drink red wine.
Yeah, right? There were so many studies that said red wine provided antioxidants, and people forget that that can also come from blueberries and grape juice and other things that are made of grapes. So what do you want the public to really take away from this information?
2 facts. 1, as you increase your alcohol consumption, you increase your risk of having coronary.
Sizes are supposed to be. So they think, well, I'm not drinking 8 times a week, but really when they do sit down and drink, they're drinking more than the portion is supposed to be. Can you remind us for women how much they're supposed to have?
So, it's like 5 ounces of wine or 1.5 ounces of alcohol is 1 serving. So it's not that much, but the risk increases throughout a woman's life. And in this study, which was like a big pool of like 600,000+ patients who reported alcohol consumption to their doctors and had it recorded, and they followed them up for 4 years, and the risk, and these women that were in this study, they had men and women, but the women risk was greater than that for men.
Wow, of thousands of people too.
Hundreds of thousands.
And it's important that you point that out because in a lot of scientific studies, sometimes, we're talking about like 200 people.
This is huge.
Yeah, this is a really big study showing that there really is a link here.
They were followed for the development of real heart disease, not just, reporting, but these were people who had it.
And so what did it cause in them?
Coronary heart disease.
And what does that do?
It causes sudden death in women at an increased risk compared to men, and it causes blockage of your arteries, which is you need them.
Well, speaking of you need them, a lot of our society's done a really good job of telling people, oh, you just need it to relax. You need it to go to sleep. Can you tell people why that is just not true?
Well, because the data says it's not true. The data is clear that in some patients or people, alcohol consumption is detrimental to your health. There are other ways to improve your sleep. So this whole culture of sleep, exercise is good for sleep, going to bed at a certain time and staying on a sleep cycle and sleep hygiene, whole nother discourse for the people here, but certainly important that you stay on a good sleep cycle. And it's hard to do in our society because the TV's on all the time, your phone's always telling you to please look at me. And I mean, it's a struggle for me and my own family because my husband has his phone with him all the time.
Yeah. Well, screens and alcohol, alcohol has just become a normal part of some people's everyday life.
It's funny because I kind of felt like the older generations, if you look at the TV, old movies, they're all making cocktails. And the younger generations are having a whole lot less alcohol. And so hopefully, getting this message out to young girls and women out there that, moderate your alcohol consumption. Even more than 3 drinks a week had an increased risk. So they considered low amount of alcohol, 1 to 2 drinks a week, moderate 3 to 5, over 8 was high.
As somebody who works with heart patients every single day, do you think there's any amount of alcohol that's considered safe?
I don't really think so, honestly. But it's important that we get the message out, and as a doctor, importantly, that we ask our patients, how much alcohol are you consuming? In fact, in this paper, in the editorial at the end, they kind of said, maybe this is another vital sign, like your blood pressure, your heart rate, how much alcohol you consume, what's your weight, because it has such an important effect on your health, and not just cardiovascular health. It's also liver health, probably has an impact on dementia. So that's a good way of selling not to drink too much. People are really afraid to have dementia.
Yeah. Is there a way to reverse it? If you're somebody who's watching this and you think, well, maybe I'm drinking too much, is it already too late for them?
Okay, so that's a very important question. Probably not. And like smoking, it's never too late to stop smoking. For alcohol consumption, for liver disease, for heart disease, it's probably never too late to moderate or to stop drinking.
Well, with some smoking studies, it shows that as soon as you stop smoking, that your risks for things immediately begins to go down.
They go down within 30 days for cardiac disease. I mean, within 30 days, the risk of having a heart attack drops tremendously.
So maybe we'll find that it's the same for alcohol.
Well, remember, the liver for sure reforms itself. It regrows in 6 months. I mean, the liver is an amazing organ. It can recover. But for obesity, insulin-resistant state, alcoholic fatty liver disease, you know, these are really serious health considerations.
And then we're talking about, I mean, when we talk about liver too, we're talking about like processed foods and bad diets. So you can reverse that as well with a healthy diet.
They have renamed the liver disease metabolic associated liver disease because you are correct, Haley. There's a big interplay with what we eat, how much we exercise, and that is very much associated or increased in the risk when you throw alcohol on it. In fact, that metabolic associated liver disease is the #1 reason for liver transplants in females in America now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
a
just
big
feel
deal.
like anecdotally, I've heard of more and more people getting liver disease. Dr. Stephanie Coulter, thank you so much for coming into the studio. This is really great information. We appreciate having you.
Happy to be here. Thank you.